Hello everyone! This is the dinner that I make when I need to put together a quick dinner. This is my go-to, my enchilada casserole. I'm going to share with you how I do it. These are the ingredients that I'm going to be using. I have some seasoning for my meat. I'm using 1 pound of lean ground beef. I have 2 different kind of cheeses, some green onion, some olives, and my tortillas. Now for my cheese, I'm going to be using some Colby Jack cheese, and I'm also going to use some medium cheddar cheese. I had a little bit of Colby Jack left and a little bit of medium cheddar left in the fridge, and so I wanted to go ahead and use up those cheeses. So this was a great time for me to utilize them in this casserole. Now when it comes to the cheese though, you can also use the Mexican blend cheese. You can use a Jack cheddar cheese. It just depends on what you have on hand or either what you want to use. But you want to have about 3 to 4 cups of grated cheese. I like to freshly grate my cheese, but you can also use the pre-grated cheese. That'll work. Now I said this is one of my go-tos, especially when I just want to go ahead and quickly make some dinner. And with this recipe in particular, I like to use I've used it different ways. Sometimes I'll use ground beef, or sometimes I've used also ground turkey. If I have a couple of chicken breasts, I've used chicken breasts as well to make this recipe. And then sometimes I haven't even put any meat in it and just made it cheese enchilada casserole. So you can definitely do it like that. And that was my husband just walked by. Did you see him? Now for my recipe, I'm using a white onion. And you want about 3/4 of a cup of white onion. In my skillet, I start off first by browning my ground beef. The ground beef I'm using is a lean ground beef, and it's an 88-12%. So that means that it's 12% fat to 88% meat. And I mentioned that I also have made my recipe using ground turkey. I've also used a chicken breast, a couple of chicken breasts that were smaller, and I went on and boiled those with some salt, garlic, and onion in the pot with it, and then let it cool, and I shredded it and made my casserole with the shredded chicken. But with my recipe, really, if you just have some corn tortillas, some grated cheese, and the enchilada sauce, you're in business. You've got your dinner started right there. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to let this brown up. And when it's nice and brown, we want to make sure that, we get all the pink pieces and we've browned it up nicely. Once it's nice and brown and it's cooked all the way through, we're going to drain off. I like to drain off any of the excess drippings. So we're going to drain off the excess drippings of our ground beef, but I'm also going to reserve a little bit of our drippings that we have. Now, once I drain my ground beef, I'm going to reserve about 1 to 2 tablespoons of the drippings because we're going to want to saute our onions and a little bit of the reserve. Now, if you're using ground turkey, sometimes you're not really going to have any extra drippings in there. But what you want to do in that situation is you want to go ahead and use about 1 tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil to go ahead so you can saute your onions. Now, our onions, we're using about 1/2 cup up to about 3/4 of a cup of the chopped white onion. Now we're going to saute this. Now also, if you're using, say, chicken and you're going to do the shredded chicken for your casserole, and you're also not going to have any of those extra drippings, you want to do the same thing, about 1 to 2 tablespoons, and just go on and saute it till it comes nice and translucent and your onions are nice and soft. Now once my onions are nice and soft, I add my ground meat back into my pan, and I go ahead and I mix in the onion and then also the meat. Now once I've mixed in the onion and meat, I add my seasonings. I'm going to be adding in some onion powder, and this is 1/4 of a teaspoon of onion powder. I'm also going to add in some garlic powder, and this is going to be 1/4 of a teaspoon of garlic powder that I'm going to add in. Now in the description box below, I will have a list of all the ingredients you need to make the meat mixture, as well as how to make the casserole and all the different ingredients you need to make the casserole. Now I'm putting in some ground cumin, and that was 1 teaspoon of ground cumin. Ground cumin is that nice little background flavor that you get with a lot of Mexican food dishes. That flavor profile, that's ground cumin. Now I also added in some black pepper. That was 1/4 of a teaspoon of black pepper. And then I put in some coarse kosher salt, and that was 1/2 teaspoon of coarse kosher salt. And then you can do this to your taste as far as the salt and pepper go. And you want to go ahead and saute those spices into your meat mixture. And while I'm doing this and sauteing the spices into the meat, I have my flame on a low flame. And once I have my seasoning mixed in, I add in a little bit of water. This is 1/4 of a cup of water, and you can add anywhere from 1/4 of a cup of water, and sometimes I've added as much as 1/3 a cup of water. And so this way that it keeps our meat just a little bit more moist, and also it helps those seasonings to really start to bloom and be a part of the meat. So about 1/4 of a cup of water up to about 1/3 a cup of water. And then the last thing I do is I taste it to see if my meat needs a little bit more seasoning. Our meat mixture is tasting good. Now I'm going to start on the other parts of our casserole. I'm going to do a quick soft fry of my corn tortillas, and we're going to be using 18 corn tortillas, and we're going to be layering them, and I'm going to share with you why you're going to see why I love to do this casserole and why it's so quick to just go ahead and put it all together. And so we're going to need 18 corn tortillas. Now, when you're making your corn tortillas and you're putting them in the oil, you just want to put them in for about 5 to 10 seconds each side. You don't want them too hard or stiff. You just want them to get just that little bit of fry on them, just a little bit. And the reason why that I do this is because when we add the enchilada sauce to our casserole, this is going to keep the tortillas from absorbing too much of that sauce. And when they absorb a lot of the sauce, then your casserole, the tortillas just end up they'll end up like breaking, and they'll end up splitting because that dryness, and then you add that liquid to them, they don't hold together very well. And so this is a way that our tortillas will hold together good, and then it'll be just perfect in our casserole. Now I have my can of my go-to enchilada sauce, and anytime I'm not making homemade enchilada sauce, I always like to use this one. You can use any brand that's on the market that you like. Be mindful that they do come in different heat levels no matter which brand that you choose. This one is the mild sauce, and so look on the side of the can when you go to get it. Just make sure that if you like the mild or the medium or the hot, because they do come in different heat levels. But the one that I'm using is the mild. So in the bottom of my pan, I'm using a 13x9 casserole dish, and I put in about 1/4 of a cup of the sauce. So I'll go ahead and I spoon in some of the sauce. And I like to drag my corn tortilla back and forth over the sauce just to kind of get it moistened with that sauce. And so go back and forth just like that. And then I layer it. And we're going to be using 6 tortillas per each layer. And you see how I overlap them a little bit just right there. And then on the side of my casserole dish, I let it just go just a little bit up the side. And so you just want to put a little bit of that sauce on the bottom. And this is also going to be nice as our casserole bakes. It's going to help it not to end up sticking to the bottom, which is really good. And so I go ahead and just put that sauce on just like that on the tortilla, and then just layer it. And so you see how they overlap. And this is my quick way on making my enchilada casserole when I'm not going to be rolling my tortillas with the meat individually. I just do it like this, and the dinner, it comes together in a snap. I'm going to use half of my ground beef in my first layer. And then this recipe, I started making this. My boys are older now. They're 27 and 22. And so when my sons, when they were younger, they played baseball, t-ball, all the way through high school baseball. And with my sons, they were playing on different teams, different fields. And I would come home from work and I need to hurry up, do dinner. And my daughter was she was like small, and so trying to get the 3 kids together after school and dinner, and I'm just like, okay, we gotta cook and get to the baseball field. You know what I'm talking about. And so this was something that I started doing. If I had meat and I had time to do the meat, I did it. If not, it was cheese enchilada casseroles. We did that. And so I just learned to just really put together quick dinners and then meet my husband at the baseball field. And so that's just like a side story, but that was just like life of 2 working parents and 3 kids. And so this is one of the dinners that I made, and I still make this to this day. And the paper towel, I put the tortillas on the paper towel to drain off any of the excess oil. And then I go ahead and I layer. So I put that ground beef, and then I put a little bit of the cheese, and that was about 3/4 to about a cup of the cheese. And then we're going to do the layers again. So you're going to do the tortilla, And then you're going to have, of course, your ground beef. And then you're going to put cheese. About a cup of cheese is good. And then we go again with the tortillas. And then on top of the tortillas, you see I'm putting on some of the sauce. And this is about a 3/4, about a third of a cup to about 3/4 of a cup. I just kind of spoon it on till it's nice and even. That layer is just nice and even, just like that. And I spoon it all over. And we're creating some nice layers for our casserole, and I'm going to repeat it by putting on the rest of the meat. So we used half of the meat for the first layer. This is our second layer, and so we're putting on this other half of the meat, and go ahead and spread it just like this. We're going to spread it all over our casserole dish. And remember, we're using 1 pound of ground beef, so you can totally make this with 1 pound of ground beef. But if you want to use 1.5 pounds of ground beef, and you want a little bit, you want your casserole to be a little bit more beefy, you can definitely use 1.5 pounds if you like. And then I'm going to spread on my cheese, and I'm using that mixture of the medium cheddar cheese and the Colby Jack cheese. And while I'm doing this, I have my oven is preheating on 350 degrees for our casserole. And then I'm going to do the last layer, which is the third layer of our corn tortillas. And we're going to this is going to be our top layer. And so this is going to finish off our casserole. So you have 2 layers of meat and cheese, and then that last top layer is going to be your corn tortillas. And then once we have them nice and overlapped, just like that, then we're going to put the balance, the last of our sauce. And so you should, at this point, have about 3/4 or about at least 2/3 of your can of your sauce. This is a 28-ounce can of sauce that we're using. And so you want to have anywhere from 2/3 to about 3/4 of your can at this point. You're going to use all the rest of the sauce. And then what I do next is I use my spoon to spread it evenly. And then we're also going to tuck down the sides and make sure that that sauce just kind of goes and nestles down the sides of our casserole dish, just like that. And then once I've done that, I'm going to top it with the balance of my cheese. And this is about 3/4 to about a cup of cheese that you want to go ahead and finish off your casserole. And then I also add a little bit of chopped green onion. And this is just a little extra. I also add a little bit of black olives. And these are all optional things that you can add. I'm going to cover it with a piece of foil. And then we're going to put it in the oven. And it's going to bake for about 30 to 40 minutes on 350 till the cheese is melted and it's nice, hot, and bubbly. Once it's out of the oven, I like to let it sit for about 10 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and serve us up some. It's been sitting for about 10 minutes now. I have some leftover rice and refried beans that I had in the refrigerator. That's going to go perfect with this. I also served it with just some garden salad and the casserole. And if you like to know how to make rice, Spanish rice and refried beans, I'll put a link in the description box to my vlog on rice and refried beans. And so this is the casserole. It has come out so nicely. I'm going to go ahead and give y'all the first bite. And this easily serves 6 people, and it makes great leftovers for lunch the next day. So this bite right here, let me get your bite ready. Go ahead and take your bite. Now I'm going to take my bite and see how we did. Wow. It does not disappoint. It always comes out, and it is always just right on time when it comes to my schedule. Well, that is it for me today. I hope you enjoyed spending time with me in my kitchen. If you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, don't forget to show it some love. Give it a thumbs up and click share. Share this video with a friend or family. And remember, it's always good when Dyvonne is cooking for the family. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye, everybody.